Hi, it's Candy from Mosaic Moments. Today I'm really excited to show you this incredible technique that I took from the card making world. It's called a shaker box, and if you can see those pieces of, they're like little beaded flowers, crystals, they're loose in here, and they can move all around on your page, giving it some added movement and a little fun on your page, something a little different. So I want to show you how easy these are to make with the Mosaic Moments dies. And for this one, I'm using the A die set, which gives you a plethora of squares that you can use. So you can make all different sizes, and if you use the other ones, you can even make rectangular shapes. But for this one, we're going to focus on the squares, and they fit perfectly on your pages. Or if you wanted, you could also use this technique and get a little extra mileage out of your dies and use them on your cards as well. So this video might be a little bit longer, but I want to make sure that you get all the steps so that you can see how to make these. So the first thing we're going to do is start with our die. We're going to start with one of the A dies here, so you can see it. This one is, if you're counting from the outside in, it's the third one from the outside edge that I've used, and it fits perfectly on the die. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I think we're going to use white for the background. We're going to put in, according to your manufacturer's instructions for your machine, I'm using the Mosaic Big Shot. And you want to crank this through. So now we have our square, and this is going to serve as our background page. On this particular one, it's the bird, so that's going to serve there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the same die again, but this time we're going to make a frame to go around the front here. So we're going to take the same die, and then we're going to go in, and we're going to, this one would go here, we're going to skip this one, and we're going to grab the next one in here. So we're taking, if we're counting from the outside, dies 3 and 5. And then we're going to grab a sheet of yellow this time so you can see what I'm doing. And for this one, I'm going to use my magnetic platform. Not all machines have magnetic platforms available, so if you don't have a magnetic platform, you can use washi tape or painter's tape or masking tape or something to hold your die in place. So I'm going to put my paper on here, and then I'm going to put in my first die, which was the third from the outside edge, and then the second one is the fifth from the outside edge. And I'm going to get them centered and squared on there, and what this is going to do is it's going to cut out a frame in the middle here for us to use. So put the top plate on, and we'll crank this one through. And what we have now, so we get our dies removed, is we've actually made a frame. And we're going to use this to cover up our tape on our little shaker box. So how it would work is we would cut this out. Then we would cut out a piece of acetate or clear plastic. You can buy this in the crafting stores, or the scrapbook store. You can also, if you can't find acetate or window plastic, it's also called, you can use a page protector and cut one of your page protectors up to use for this. So we're going to cut out that piece of acetate with the same size, or this one I cut a tiny bit smaller. I used that middle, the fourth die in. So we're going to cut that out, and then we're going to cut out our frame, and they would lay on top of each other like this. However, we want a little space in there. So we're going to use, this is adhesive foam tape is what it's called. And it's the same product as like your pop dots that you would use to add dimension to your pages, but it comes in a whole roll of tape. So what we would do is take on our bottom piece, we would take the tape, get it to the length we want, and then we're going to cut it. And we're going to put it on, not quite to the edge, but pretty close to the edge, just like this, and we can just trim this piece off. And we're going to go all the way around. Now it's important, depending on what kind of thing you're going to put inside. If you're going to put something larger like this, it's not as important. But if you put in little tiny beads or really small sequins, you're going to need it to be completely sealed all the way around. So I did a sample to show you. It doesn't have to be pretty, but you want it to make sure that it is completely sealed all the way around on the inside. Now this one, I have a gap here, which is okay if I'm using buttons or punches or something larger like these little flowers. If you were using little tiny micro beads, it's going to leak out that corner. So you want to make sure that it's completely covered either like this or like this when you do it. So you're going to put this all the way around. Then your little piece of acetate, you're going to peel this off one strip at a time. And then your acetate, which is clear, I hope you can see it on there, will go right on top like this. So you would go around and do 3 sides. Once you get the 3rd side done, then you're going to pour in your beads, or pour in your buttons, or your punches, or your sequins, or whatever you're going to put inside, and then you would deal that final one. Then you're going to take your top piece, and if you have a gap here, can you see where it's still sticky on the edge here? My acetate doesn't go all the way across. Then you can just stick the frame on top, and that will be enough to hold it in place, because the frame is just decorative to cover up that glue, or that adhesive. But if you didn't have that gap, then you would add you might add to the back of this your regular scrapbooking adhesive that you use. Sorry for the duck, that's my phone. Put that on top here and adhere it, and there's your little shaker box. And it's not very thick, so you can still use it on a page and put it in your box, in your page protector, in your album, just like this, and give a little movement. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make shaker boxes with Mosaic Moments. Thank you.